Hello, this video is for whoever's going to be doing GoPro work for Jamie Parsons on his trip to Israel. And this is a GoPro. If you've not used one before, little nice little action cam, real easy to use. The battery goes in here. You got a little flip thing here that you use to pull this down. You just pull this little lever down and it opens up. Your SD card. We have two 256 gig SD cards. I have a hard time getting them out because my fingernails are not good, but you can pull them out of there. I have to use tweezers, so I'm sorry. I can't demo that for you. I don't have any tweezers out here right now. But I pull them out with tweezers. A little SD card goes right there and you can see it. And then it pushes right back down in. And if it will only go one way, so if you turn it the wrong way, you can't get it in. Turn it the other way and it goes right in. The battery goes here. This is what the batteries look like. They only go in one way, so you put it in the wrong way, it won't go in. That's the right way, of course. I just stuck it in there. Put this in like this. You've got a menu that you can go in here. You can change stuff if you want to. I use the phone app. You can download a phone app called GoPro Quick. So do a search for GoPro Quick. And then if you want to manually change things on this, I recommend you don't. I'm going to put Jamie's GoPro in 4K 24, which is what Corey has said he would prefer to have. I think it's what he's going to be shooting any video he does in is 4K 24 with his, or maybe he's going to be shooting 1080p. At any rate, 4K 24 is what we'll have this on. You don't ever have to change it. So what will happen is, if you want to turn it on, check settings, you push this button here on the side, and it'll come on. I'll show you. This is the same thing as the Hero 11 right here. And you can see the back. Now what happens, this little display, back and front, goes out after about 30 seconds. So you're not seeing what you shoot after about 30 seconds. But that's okay. It shoots such a wide field of view that it doesn't matter, just as long as you're pointed in the right direction. So in other words, if you're trying to shoot something over there, don't have it turned this way, you're shooting what's over here. But if you get this, it gets a very wide angle. So I have it in a wide angle shot there. And but I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. Just hold it down, it turns off. The way I'm going to have it set, it will start recording when you just press this red button on top. You just press it one time and it starts recording. There, I pressed it. Now I'm recording video of the GoPro that I'm shooting, which is another Hero 11. Press it again and it turns it off. So that's all you have to worry about is just turning it on, turning it off. It's really, the way you mount it to anything, you have these little pull down things here. And you see how I have this little camera mount thing attached to this. There'll be one of those. I'll probably attach it to the camera before I send it off with Jamie. So this is just, so you just unscrew these things. Like so. Put the little camera down into that. And then you can mount it to a tripod or to any kind of handle, to a selfie stick. And we've bought a selfie stick so you can extend it out over a crowd if you want to. This little selfie stick also has a tripod mount on the bottom of it. All you got to do is fold the little tripod mount out. You got a tripod. It sets about 3.5 feet high, which is probably good for sitting at a meeting or something and recording a talk. But this is one of the handles that we bought is battery powered. So you can charge this handle. The batteries last about an hour in these. And Jamie, I think, has 3 batteries. So you got about 3 hours of battery that you can use to shoot during the day. So you don't want to shoot the whole day long. You just to shoot your select shots that you want. But this handle itself is actually a battery too. I think it's 2.5 hours of battery time. You see, you got a USB thing here, and this handle, which Jamie has bought one of them. You can just plug that in here and plug it into the little, there's a thing on the GoPro in here. I'll show you. Right here is the USB charger. There's a little USB-C hole right there, and you can plug a cord from there to there. Push a little button here, and it powers the handle, will power the GoPro. So that's kind of a cool feature. With the handle and the 2 batteries you got about 5.5 hours of video you can shoot. Now, depending on how your GoPro's set up, just to let you know this ahead of time, before you can use this handle, sometimes you have to take the battery out here. It has to operate, I think, either on this battery, unless they've changed the firmware. You either operate off this, take battery out of this, and then it'll operate off this, or you operate off the battery here. It's the thing I always do. If I'm going to use this as a battery, I use up all my other batteries first, and when I start getting low on them, then I take a battery out usually, and I take the little cable, go from here to there. Excuse me, I have a really bad cold. I haven't put the screw in. These little screws are important to kind of hold everything in place. I always try to put the screw in on the side where the blue button and the 11 is here. You see that? The reason why is then that leaves this side open over here where you can take batteries in and out. So the GoPro is waterproof. You can take this. Now, we bought a handle that is waterproof. I wouldn't take this handle and put it under because if water gets in there, it might mess it up. But we have another handle that we've bought for Jamie that is a float handle. So in other words, if it's dropped in water, say you're going to the Jordan River or the Dead Sea or whatever, and you want to get out in the water and shoot some video, if you drop it, the GoPro won't go away. But you can plunge the GoPro underwater if you want to and shoot underwater shots. Pretty amazing camera. The last thing I tell everybody that buys a GoPro is the GoPro is not a zoom camera. You cannot zoom in and out with it. You are the zoom. So whatever you're looking at, if you want to look at a sign or something and get fairly close to it, it typically works to within about 10 inches. You get beyond that, and it starts to get blurry. It doesn't focus. But it will focus on almost anything 10, 12 inches out. So you don't want to get closer than that. But it's great for panoramas and stuff. I try to move fairly slowly with it. If you're doing a whole lot of this, it gets hard on the viewer to watch it. So, and it has a great, the other thing I'm going to say, I'm going to have it set up, pre-set up in what's called steady mode, which is sort of a steady cam. You can walk around with it, and it very much minimizes your gait, the way you move. So it's almost like having a really nice little studio steady cam. It shoots beautiful video. So just remember, you are the zoom. So whatever you're pointing at, you don't have to see it on the screen. Like I say, to save battery, the screen goes dead, but just it helps you establish what you're looking at, what your field of view is. And you just walk around and you shoot. And that is it. Have fun. They're the most fun camera. Thing I like about them is you can go down low with it if you need to get something on the ground. It's hard to do that with a big camera. If you want to shoot upside down even, it will shoot upside down, but in post, you can turn it right side up. So if you want to do a real low shot where you're walking, say, on a cobblestone street and you want to get the people's feet, you can hang it from your selfie stick upside down, walk along and shoot, and it makes some beautiful, kind of cool videos to do that. Put it on the selfie stick, you can put it way up high. I like that for showing the scenes of a crowd maybe over the top of them. Like I say, the selfie stick that we've bought will extend this out about 3.5 feet. And you'll be surprised when you go up 8 or 9 feet high how that changes the way everything looks, the perspective. It's really nice, creative tool. It's my favorite, one of my favorite cameras, honestly. It's just splendid for shooting this kind of video that you guys are going to be doing. Hope that explains all of it. Batteries, SD cards, mounting it to something. All you got to do is push that red button, start, push the red button, stop. And remember that you've done it. What's bad is when you push the red button, forget that you've pushed it, and you record, an hour of nothing. so be cognizant of the fact that you got to turn it off again. And so you'll see what happens. You push the button there. That's what's going to happen. I am now recording. You see the little red thing that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A little red. It shows I'm recording. To stop it, I'm going to push it again, and you'll see it powering off. Let me do that again. I might have been too close. Here we go. We're recording again. There was a little red thing that should be telling you. Yeah, it's the very top up there. Your account. 3, 4, 5. It's going to go off after a while. Turn it off, you do this, and it turns off. That's all there is to it. Simplest camera in the world. Thanks, my friends.